Good morning, world. It's Ivan Amara. Soon I'm going to stop doing the everyday video thing, guys. I'll make a video every 2-3 days, obviously. So far, I've been pumping out videos every day because there's nothing to do, obviously, right? Yeah. Yeah. That's why I'm worth the money, guys. I'm like, Ivan, you're an amazing speaker. I know. I put on a show when I talk, right? Yeah, Ivan, we can listen to you talk for hours, Ivan. I know. That's why I'm worth the money. That's why me and VJ are worth the money. Because VJ is also an amazing speaker too. She has a sense of humor like me. Yeah, Ivan, she is. Yeah, she's an amazing speaker too, VJ. I see her interviews. I'm like, yeah, Victoria Justice is like me. She has a sense of humor when she speaks. She's funny too when she speaks. She's naturally funny. Yeah, Ivan, both you and VJ are naturally funny. You're so good together. That's why you guys are envious, honestly. Yeah, Ivan, you and VJ are so good together because like you're both so beautiful, and you both have that sense of humor when you speak, and you're so good together. Yeah, you have to pay for that. Yeah, you guys are crazy people. Yeah. Is VJ funny to you, Ivan? No, she's not, but she's almost as funny as me right now. I'm why, man. I don't hate you, I'm saying. Yeah, I'm a bit more funny than VJ. I was like, yeah, Ivan, you are. You're fucking why? Yes, I am. That's why I'm a bit more funny than VJ. Don't hate you, I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah. Yo, Ivan, how do you do that, man? That's not normal, man. Like, your book is fucking sick. I know. What I showed you guys yesterday, you guys hooked. Yeah, we're hooked. Yeah, I know. It's sick, man. My book is sick. Yeah. That's why I can't show you guys because I showed you guys probably a good like maybe 40% of the big scenes in volume 1 and 2, around 35-40% of what's going on in volume 1 and 2. That's why I can't show anymore. You guys already have a little bit of idea of what's going on, so I can't show you guys anymore. I can show you recent snippets, but I already showed you the recent snippets. I'm not showing you any new scenes. Yesterday I showed you the scene leading up to the big climax of that chapter, but I'm not showing you anymore. Because you guys already read like some of the big scenes in that chapter. The harlot scene, the scene leading up to the big climactic scene, the scene when Cassius leaves the walls to find Takis. You guys read that. You also read the end. Oh, 22 later when Takis meets Circe Papaya, which is arguably the best chapter in volume 1. Or you can argue in Search for the Prince is the best one. Or some people might even like Young Takis the best. It just depends on the other issue. I highly doubt it though. 22 years later is better than Young Takis. Yeah, what we read yesterday, we were hooked, man. We want to know more. It pisses us off when you do that, Ivan. Like, we're hooked, we want to know more. Yeah, guys, because you're purchasing my book, I don't want to spoil the story for you, man. You'll find out when you read the book. I don't spoil the story for you. In volume 3, you don't know shit. I didn't show you volume. I only showed you the beginning of volume 3. That's it. I'm not showing you anymore, obviously, right? Yeah. I work tomorrow. Yeah. Work tomorrow at Denton's. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we know why the Gates want to control your brand. Yeah, they know I wrote a masterpiece. It's a brand worth billions, obviously. Yeah, Ivan Zane's brand's worth billions. Obviously. The book is worth billions, and with those billions, Ivan can start his film studio with VJ. Sell merch, sell, make a game, sell the game, and sell his fork away movie. That's like a $50 billion deal for Ivan VJ. You don't want Ivan VJ making that money. How much do you think you'll make on this Xanus, man, Ivan? At least 50 plus billion I'll make. At least, right? 50 billion in the combined earnings me and VJ make. 50 plus billion. 50 or even more. 70, 80, even 100 billion. We make off this Xanus, man. It's a huge brand, man. A huge deal. My guess is probably around that 50 billion I make off the Xanus brand. All my movies after that, I might make maybe 28, 30 billion off the brand. 27 billion off the brand for all the movie version game. The Great Escape, I might make 30 billion off that. 28 billion off that. The Great Escape around there. For me, we just combined earnings. Like, it's a mega deal, man. It's a huge deal. Or more, I don't know. But But thinking bigger picture, yes, so thinking bigger picture. You have to always think bigger picture as a businessman, right? Even though $20 billion is pocket change to us, I and Norwegian have the keys and the power control. They can start a business with that money. They can start their own film studio. With $20 billion, you can start your own film studio with that money, man. For $350 million, I can build my studio on. Like, I can start my own business with that money. My own film studio. That's the only way me and VG can make more money. We have to start a business with our own money. We can't touch any of this money. Except for minimum wage, right? Yeah. Now that I got VJ out of Hollywood, the doors are all locked on VJ too. VJ, the only thing VJ can do with me is minimum wage in the gatekeeper system that they own around the world. We can't touch a dime of the money. That's why God gave me the keys. That's why I have my own money, man. Because the situation's so serious where the gates are never gonna let me and VJ touch a dime of their money. If we sell or if we don't sell, either way we're fucked. That's why God gave me the keys. That's why I have my own money, man. Because the gatekeepers locked everything on me and VJ right now. Because I made, I don't know, the 20 billion off my book, that's enough money for me to live a life and pay our bills and start our film studio together. So God protect me. Everything worked out for the good. That's why God gave me the keys out of the situation. I know you trip, we have anxiety. That's how you open the door out of it. People just hate you because they're jealous and lame, and yeah. Yeah. But yeah, VJ, the only thing we can do in the gatekeeper system is minimum wage now that I got you out. Obviously. But me and VJ are obviously not going to do minimum wage because I made the billions off the book, obviously. Like, I'm kidding out. I don't have to work minimum wage anymore. Because you can't make a living with minimum wage. I made 20 million off the book. That's enough money for me to pay our bills. Build our house, get our jets, our cars, and start our film studio. It's not money for us. Even if I make $50 million, it's not money for us to start a film studio. We just have to be a bit more careful how we spend our money. Even with $50 million, me and VJ have more than enough money. Obviously. Yeah, that's how I made $20 million. You made $20 million with a B? I'm like, yeah, holy shit, you won a lottery with that money. I know. She's like, thank you, sweetie. Thank you, baby. Like, you did it, man. You saved me. You got me out. You made this money to me. I got you out. You're welcome. Yeah. He's like, yeah, Ivan, like, even though we can't touch the gatekeeper's money, you made the billions off the book, Ivan. Yeah, I did. Me and VJ can start our film studio together with that money, and we can pay our bills, right? I won the lottery. There you go. That's why VJ cries, because she knows the situation is so serious. Yeah, the families are never going to let me make my billions. Yeah, they're never going to let you make your billions. They have an envy, obviously. Yeah. Even when she sells, they want to make her a billion. They won't even let her be worth $100 million. They have an envy. That's why I came for the keys, man. The way they don't do me, man. Yeah, man. There's a reason why God gave you the keys. He knows the situation is serious. Yeah, they're never going to let you touch your money. I have to give the keys. That way, Ivan, you can make your billions. You have your own money. Your own source of income, obviously. Because everything's locked on you. Yeah. Did you touch your savings yet, Ivan? No. I didn't touch a dime of it. I'm actually serious this year. I have a New Year's resolution. Yeah, Ivan, save your money. Yeah, today I have enough money to get like 2 packs of smokes. And my check should come in tomorrow. My 100, I don't know, $30 check from the government's coming in tomorrow. So I'll use that money to get my beer and my smokes until this Sunday when I get paid. This Sunday I only get paid like $100. Obviously, $100 paycheck. Yeah. Yeah. Will VJ tell you, when you ask VJ, what do you want to do? Yeah, I will. I'm like, VJ, what do you want to do? Do you want to write books? Do you want to do music? Do you want to be a movie star? What do you want to do? I made a $20 million off the book. We have enough money to start a business with this money. And VJ will tell me, Ivy, let's start Scott's Entertainment. Like you talk about in your videos. Yeah, VJ will tell me that. Yeah, I don't want to be a movie star with you. We start Scott's Entertainment, we're movie stars. And there's no better glory than Ivan and VJ being movie stars, right? That's glory. Yeah, and I want to turn my book into a movie. That's why I'm going to start Scott's Entertainment. I'll fund Xanus for $3 billion. And Peter Jackson and Mel Gibson are my top two candidates for the role. I'm sorry. I told you, all the Hollywood directors are going to call my office. They all want to direct that movie. Yeah, I even wrote a masterpiece. I want to direct that movie. That's a masterpiece. That's a masterpiece. Their agent, so I'll call it James Cameron's agent. He'll call too. Yeah, they're all calling. It's crazy. I don't want to direct my movie. And they know I can pay them more money. Well, Ivan's paying Mel Gibson and Peter Jackson a lot of money. Yeah, James Cameron's, I think, a billionaire now. He's like worth like $800 million. He knows I can pay him like an $800 million deal or something like that, $900 million deal. James Cameron, if I choose him, right? Signed like a $900 million deal, or $850 million deal. I can sign James Cameron to. He knows I can pay more. He doesn't make that in Hollywood. I give him out of the budget for the movie. But James Cameron is not. James Cameron is pretty good for Xanus too, because he did Avatar. Avatar is kind of fantasy, right? It's kind of like a fantasy movie in a way. But he's not as good as Peter Jackson. Peter Jackson's a better man for the job, right? Yeah. Are you saying he's a worse director than Peter Jackson? No, I'm not saying that. It's debatable who's better. I'm saying he's not necessarily good for the genre. That's what I mean. He's not a fantasy guy, James Cameron. But Avatar is kind of fantasy, science fiction. Avatar, it is a little bit of fantasy because you have a fantasy world, Pandora. But I mean, is he better than the job than Peter Jackson? No, because Peter did Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is complete fantasy, and The Hobbit. Peter also did King Kong, which is kind of fantasy too. A fantasy island, like he's good for Xanus. But James Cameron's good for Xanus too because he did Avatar, obviously, right? He's cheaper than Peter. I'd sign James Cameron's maybe an $800 million deal for the movie or something like that, right? Yeah. That's what all directors are going to call him. They want their movie so bad. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. Cesar. Ryan Coogler's also good for Xanus too. Somebody tells me Ryan Coogler, if he directed my Xanus movie, he directed a masterpiece. He's a very talented director. I think in a good 10, 15 years, Ryan Coogler might be in the conversation as one of the best directors in Hollywood. I think give him another 15, maybe more years, he might be in the conversation as one of the great directors in Hollywood. Not the best, but he'll be up there because he's a very talented director. Sinners was a masterpiece. It was my favorite movie of 2025. If he just keeps pumping out a lot of great movies, he'll be up there in the conversation. Ryan Coogler. You give him more time to grow. He's an amazing director. Obviously, Sinners was an amazing movie, man. That was my favorite movie of 2025. The One Battle to Another is a close second for me, obviously. Yeah. Ivan, you like Sinners better than One Battle After Another? Yeah, I did. Because One Battle After Another, even though it's amazing, I did not like the end. The ending of it, I did not like. The ending I didn't like that much. That's why I didn't. Yeah, but I enjoyed the film. It was a long movie. It was an amazing movie, man. Leonardo DiCaprio was an amazing movie. I heard it's eligible for an Oscar. That's how good the movie was. But Sinners for me was better. I like Sinners a bit more than One Battle After Another. Then third place probably James Gunn's Superman. Fourth place Thunderbolts. I like James Gunn's Superman a bit more than Thunderbolts, but Thunderbolts was a good movie too. Obviously. Sinners by far was the best movie of 2025. That was a fucking amazing movie, man. That was a good movie. Whenever I watched it, I was hooked, man. This movie's sick. It's such a good story. I love that movie. Yeah. The two twin Michael B. Jordans. Yeah. Amazing movie. All the directors will be calling. Oh yeah, all the agents that represent directors are going to call, man. They want their movie so bad. All these directors know I can pay them more than what they make in Hollywood, right? Like, and I'm giving them out, but yeah, I want to direct that movie. Yeah, Peter Jackson's agent, Mel Gibson's agent will call. Their agent will tell them, yeah, Ivan's considering you guys for the role. We're going to call them and get you the part. Try our best to get you work. Like, Ivan is considering you guys as his top candidates. That's why their agents will call office by office. And the other directors' agents are going to call. And all the Hollywood actors' agents are going to call. The screenwriters are all going to call too. Or for Xanus, I'm not going to hire a screenwriter. I'll co-write it with Mel or Peter. And Fran and Guillermo Toro or Mel and Randy Walsh. If I choose Mel, I'll co-write it with those guys. I don't need a screenwriter in Hollywood. I'll have my directors. Well, no, I will have screenwriters. Like Fran and Randy Walsh are also screenwriters in Hollywood. So they'll be assisting me with the script, whoever I choose, obviously, for Xanus. Samsara. What's your heart telling you? Mel, man. My heart's telling me Mel Gibson's a better man for the job. And Vijay might tell me, Ivan, go for Mel. He's a Christian. He's a Catholic. Go for him. He's good for the biblical themes. That's what Vijay will tell me, honestly. Go for Mel Gibson, Ivan. Yeah. Yeah. But some other guys might tell me, Ivan, you're crazy. Go for Peter. He's a fantasy guy. That's why it's tough. I might choose Peter. I might choose Mel. I don't know. They're both really good for the movie, right? Yeah. Yeah. Will Peter Jackson really tell you looking at a masterpiece? Yeah, he will. Yeah, and I read your book, man. You're looking at a masterpiece, man. If you follow the book, man, you'll get a masterpiece out of it. People tell me that, yeah, you're looking at a masterpiece. We'll be adding stuff to make it better, too, in the movie. When we write the screenplay. People tell me that. Ivan, this is better than my Lord of the Rings. Nothing's better than the Rings. I was like, yeah, Ivan, this is better than my Resurrection of the Christ and Passion of the Christ. I know that. You get a masterpiece. If I choose, right? Yeah. Oh, I work tomorrow. Tomorrow I work at Disney's. I always get up in the morning, I take my shower, I bust to work, and the day flies by fast. It's 3 o'clock, I'm out of there, and I get my 6 days off again. Just go to work, I even get over with, and you get your 6 days off again. I could pick up another shift to get a bigger paycheck, but I don't want to work Friday because Fridays are busy at Disney's. So I'm not picking up the Friday shift, no. Fridays are busy at Disney's. I used to work Fridays when I started working at Disney's. It's fucking busy Fridays. Fridays, the whole restaurant's packed. It's busy, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. I've even been off the counter. These are agents will call. Yeah, all the Hollywood actors for all the Hollywood actors, agents in Hollywood will call my office for saying they all want to be in that. Yeah, I want to be in that movie, man. That's a matters. I want to hear that story. But the actors I'm thinking of are my first choice, obviously. But all those Xanus actors I'm thinking of for Xanus, the Hollywood actors, their agents are gonna call my office, man. John Mega's agent, Avandre's agent, Manette, Ariana Grande's agent. They're all calling, man. Idris Elba's agent. They're all calling my office. Hello, hello, this guy's here. Am I helping you? Yeah, it's crazy. They're all calling, right? Yeah. It's crazy, man. The secretaries are gonna get like hundreds of calls from agents and managers, man, in Hollywood. It's crazy. And the secretaries give them instructions of what they have to do. Yeah, you have to send in your reels and everything. Yeah, and the casting director will look at it. And the agents tell the actors, yeah, make a reel, send it to Sky's Entertainment. Because for my company, how the casting calls works, my casting director will look at the reels. I'm not going to fly an actor to audition. That just costs me more money. Just have them send in reels, and the casting director looks at all the reels, obviously from the actors, and he'll let me know who are the top candidates. That's how it works, right? No names, yeah. 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 All right, even big agents will send in the reels for saying this. Oh yeah, all the actors are gonna be calling my office. Like yeah, there's hundreds of agents that represent the thousands of Hollywood actors. Are all gonna call, man. It's crazy. The secretaries are gonna be so busy. They're gonna get like 200 calls, hundreds of calls every day, man, from all these managers and agents, man. And man, because all these actors want out of Hollywood. I want to be a part of that story. But a lot of them are not good for the part, but their agents are still gonna call, obviously. Yeah, it's crazy. They're gonna call. Obviously, the secretary's gonna be busy. That's why you pay the secretaries a lot of money as they're doing dirty work, obviously. Dirty administrative work as well as business calls. You have to pay them a lot of money. Yeah, yeah. He's like, yeah, we're boss, man. We own this Sky Source company. And me and VJ don't have to go through gatekeepers in Hollywood, like for audition tapes, getting the part. Like we own the company, we're fine moving all money. Me and VJ are automatically the leads of the movie, and all these hot actors are sending in their reels, man. That's how boss me VJ are. Especially that Bear and Esau, be her boss. Yeah. Why are all the Hollywood actors agents calling? Because man, like every all the Hollywood actors' ultimate dream is to be in a movie with Ivan Vijay. That's a dream, man. To be world famous and be on the scenes with him. Obviously, and they don't forget they won out of Hollywood, man. They know my company's a ticket out of the Hollywood system. Obviously, I can pay them more money and give them better perks. They want out, obviously, of the Hollywood system, and they don't want to be. The main reason is they don't want to be left behind. They want to be saved. They know in Hollywood they're left behind, and their careers are the side attention in Hollywood. Don't forget that, right? And the agents and managers saw my videos. Yeah, if what Ivan said in his videos is true, Ivan can easily pay you guys more money than what you're making in Hollywood. As most of those Hollywood actors don't make that kind of money in Hollywood. On average, they don't make that. There's sometimes when Hollywood actors can get paid more than my company, but it's rare. On average, I'm blowing Hollywood water. The Hollywood actors don't make that kind of money in Hollywood. They don't make that money, yeah, because the Hollywood companies don't have, their budgets are not big enough to pay those actors that kind of money. And their profit margins are not that high compared to my company. They can't afford to pay all these actors that kind of money, man, because even their hit movies, they don't do that much in profit compared to my movies, right? Yeah. My movies is tens of billions in net profits. That's why I can afford to pay the Hollywood actors a big royalty checks for the film profits. Hollywood can't afford that most of the time, right? That's how much they make for their profits, how much the actors are making for my company, yeah. Emma. If a Hollywood movie makes $1 billion on, let's say, a $300 million budget and like 150 million marketing costs, that Hollywood company may maybe 150, 170 million in profit. So if you give like two actors like 80 million, that's all your profits gone. Hollywood doesn't have the kind of pockets that me and BJ have, right? They can't pay the actors that much money in royalties. Unless it's a huge hit like 1.5 billion, then they can pay the actor 100 million. Because 1.5 billion, the Hollywood companies made maybe 400, 500 million profit around there. They can pay an actor 100 million, but like in most movies don't do that. Most hit movies do 800 to about a billion around there. So that's like maybe 80, 150 million profit. They can't give these Hollywood actors like $100 million deals for the film profits. That's all their profits gone. They're gonna drain their money, man. But I can afford that because my movies are doing tens of millions in net profits. That's why my Xanus IP pulls hot water. The exact who know hot actors. Yeah, sorry guys, we can't compete with Sky's Entertainment. I and VJ have deeper pockets than us. The movies are doing way more in the box office. We can't compete with you guys. Hollywood can't compete with my company. I can pay the hot actors more than what they make in Hollywood, right? Yeah. All right, you're gonna do the Matrix. Nah, Matrix is not happening because we're doing Matrix 5. Honestly. So the Matrix with Michael B. Jordan most likely not happening. Because they're doing Matrix 5, obviously. And I have to purchase the rights off Warner Bros. Or Netflix if they own Warner Bros. It's just a hassle. Just do the grayscale with Keanu Reeves, right? Yeah, it's easier that way, obviously. And I kind of want to do the Gray Escape over the Matrix. There's something cool about me usually being secret agents running away from a big secret organization. That's a sick story, man. But I kind of want to do the Gray Escape over the Matrix, right? Yeah, that's my point, right? Yeah. The Matrix is just a hassle. I have to make all these calls. Like, I don't think Netflix will agree to delete Resurrections. They're not going to agree to do that, man. That's why it's like, yeah, there's no point in doing the Matrix. Just do the Gray Escape kind of Reeves, right? After saying this. Yeah. As Manola's up, right? I'm like, no, John, you get 10. I'm paying 20. Stop being greedy, John. You greedy pig. Yeah. John's greedy. I be careful with John Boyega. All the Hollywood actors are greedy because they're famous people. And they make a lot of money in Hollywood. Their agents are greedy. I'd be careful with this guy's. You pay John 20. John signed about a $40 million deal. He's not worth $40 million, John, for a movie. 28 million is around the range. That's what he's worth. For Skyscraper's movie. I'm not paying John any more than that. Why? He did Star Wars. Yeah, he did Star Wars. He has some value, but I'm not going to overpay him now to do it, man. I'm not paying John 20. He gets 10 million of the film profits. That's enough. It doesn't make that in Hollywood. Yeah. But he gets like 9.2 million for his base. That's a good deal for John. A $9 million check for a year of work is a good paycheck for John Boyega. He doesn't make that in Hollywood. He makes like his 3.2 in Hollywood. Yo, I made like 1.7. Yeah, you made like 1.7 million for Rise Skywalker John around there, right? I'm paying more money the way you made for Star Wars. Star Wars sequels, right? Yeah. Yeah. Well, John worked harder for you than he did for Star Wars. Of course he will. I paid him more money, man. He'll work harder for me than he even did for Star Wars. Yeah, man. You're gonna see him. He's more mature now. He's older. He's in his 40s. I don't know, 43, 44 when he films the movie. But I remember when this guy was a 20 like 2-year-old kid in Star Wars, and now he's like 42, 43, 44. He's older now, John. He's in his 40s. Whereas in Star Wars, he was a young, like 20-year-old kid then. And now he's in his 40s. He's more mature now. Yeah. He's in Ivan's movie playing Tacitus. Yeah. He'll work harder for me than he even did for Star Wars because I paid him more money. Money talks. You pay the actors more money, they work harder for you. Yeah. Yeah, I signed a mega like 28 million deal. I'm gonna work my ass off for Ivan. Ivan made sure I got paid. Yeah, make sure you got paid, John. You gotta work hard. All right, worry about it, boss. I'm gonna destroy the role. John Boyega destroys the role of Tacitus. He loses himself in all the Xanus stars are gonna lose themselves in character when they act in the scenes. Looking at Oscar performances because I paid them a lot of money, man, and I saved their ass too. Don't forget that, right? I'm spoiling them with perks. They're gonna work hard for me. Yeah, Ivan paid us a shitload of money, more money than we make in Hollywood. He spoiled us all these perks. He's spoiling us with all you need buffet. Let's work our ass off for him and make an amazing movie together. Let's not fuck up his movie, and they all work their ass off for me. And they lose themselves in character, and you're looking at Oscar performances from the actors. Better than even the acting in Lord of the Rings, man, from the actors for Lord of the Rings. A better performance than that. So I paid them more money, man. Money talks. Money talks, obviously. Money talks. Money talks, man. Yeah. You pay them more money, Ivan, they work harder for you. And you give them their freedom too, they'll work even harder for you. Don't forget, I gave them their freedom too. They don't have to do anything for my company. Ivan's paying me all these millions, and I'm free. I have freedom, man. I'm gonna work my ass off for Ivan. Whereas in Hollywood, they get paid a lot of money, but they have to do it, man. That's how it works, right? The dirty, infectious, sticky environment, that's disgusting. You have to do it in Hollywood. That's how it works. Yeah. 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 Well, aren't that be scary, Ivan? Oh yeah, you will. So scary that once I show all the Xanus stars the concept art pictures, they're already shocked. Ivan, that's fucking scary. And once I show them the mask, they're like, holy shit, those are devils. And once they see the trailer and then they apply the visual effects towards it, that's when all the Hollywood actors are like, Ivan, we're fighting these guys, we're fighting these devils. And like, yeah, like, holy shit, Ivan, that's fucking scary. Like, the world's gonna feel for us, man. They're gonna be hooked, man. This is gonna be a masterpiece, I know. Looking at demons and devils, man. Once they apply the visual effects and special effects towards the characters, looking at demons, man. What about the Hollywood actors are like, Ivan, we're fighting these guys? I'm like, yeah, holy shit, man, that's fucking scary, man. I feel bad for us, man. Those are fucking devils, Ivan, I know. That's why the world will be going crazy and Zane's not crazy with my butts. So everything them are gonna be walking demons and devils by looking at demons. Like I showed you guys my documentary, right? Devils like that, man. Yeah, man. Scarier than that even, right? I'm putting $1 billion towards each of my movies. $600 million towards special effects and visual effects. You do the math how scary these guys are gonna be looking at devils. Yeah. So I'm gonna tell the visual effects team, yeah, push the horror of Airtop to the limit, man. Drain all the $600 million towards battle scenes, horror, the moles and bats, and the world. Like, okay, Ivan. And once they drain all that money and they release the trailers, you're looking at devils and demons. It's fucking scary. Because I pour so much money towards special effects and visual effects. There's a reason why I'm putting a lot of money towards special effects and visual effects. That way, you have amazing battle scenes, amazing world building, and unheard of horror. Everything of them are devils and demons. I know what I'm doing. That's how it works, right? Looking at demons and devils, man. Yeah, man. For Airtime, all of them. That's why the Xanus stars are lucky. They're lucky, the Xanus stars. Yeah. That's why the Xanus stars are lucky. I'll make it 50 maybe. That's good enough for you guys, right? Yeah. That's a all right. I have Olivia. I know. He's on excited for the movie. Yeah. Can't wait for Olivia Ivan. Yeah. BJ's on excited for the movie. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you think Peter Jackson might want a woman to fight? Yeah, he might want to make that change. I'm like, no, Peter, you're gonna ruin the movie. Don't do that. Why we have the woman fight in the war and everything? I'm like, no, Peter. In Zane law, women are all to bear arms. When you read the book, I'm not gonna have you. I told you, Peter. There's nothing wrong with making changes, but don't make drastic changes whereby you're changing the plot of the story. Yeah, but Ivan, it's not really a big change, Ivan. I'm like, Peter, I don't want you doing what you did for Living Men. Don't make all these drastic changes to the plot, Peter. Or Mel, right? I don't want the woman fighting in the war. No, Peter. Women are not allowed to bear arms in Zanian law. If you do that, you're going to contradict the Zanian law. In my story, when you read it, I won't spoil for you, right? Yeah. Yeah. So Peter might want the ancestors appearing. Yeah, what if we have the ancestors appear in the war? I'm like, no, Peter, don't do that. You're going to ruin the story. It's not about the ancestors. It's about Takis and Eratat and Ephesus. It's not about the ancestors. Don't have the ancestors appear in physical form. You're going to ruin the movie, Peter. Don't do that. It's upsetting. That's why I want to co-write with Peter Mel. That way I keep them in check. They don't make drastic changes. Or otherwise, if you just have them write your screenplay, Ivan, and you're not co-writing with them, they might make those changes, like having the ancestors appear in physical form, the woman fighting and everything. They can ruin your story, Ivan. You have to be careful with that stuff, with the changes.